Hi, I'm John, and I'm going to talk about burnout disease for Bolivia. Burnout disease are measured by disease-adjusted life years, also known as DALYs. According to WHO, the total DALYs are an estimated 3.93 million. Of these, 29.3 of these due to Group 1, which is communicable disease. An estimate 53.5% is due to Group 2 of non-communicable disease and 17.2% due to Group 3 of injuries. Furthermore, the top cause of deaths among Bolivia's adult population are ischemic heart disease, lower respiratory infection, and stroke. The top cause of deaths among the child population include acute respiratory infection and prematurity.
The first major public health issue that needs to be addressed is lower respiratory infections. It is the leading cause of DALYs for all age groups. This is troubling as most lower respiratory infections are preventable and the risk factors can be avoided. The second public health issue is ischemic heart disease, which is caused by not having enough blood flow and oxygen to the heart. Ischemic disease is currently the leading cause of death in Bolivia. The third main public health issue is maternal mortality. According to World Bank, Bolivia's maternal mortality is at 206 compared to its Latin America region at 67. Most of the complications are from childbirth and are preventable.
I'm going to talk about the risk factors for the main three public health issues. For the lower respiratory infections, the risk factors are child and maternal malnutrition, air pollution, tobacco smoke, alcohol, and drug use. For the ischemic heart diseases, the risk factors are dietary risk, higher blood pressures, and higher total cholesterol. For the maternal mortality, the risk factors are poor diet and nutrition, pregnancies in teen years, and the complications in the pregnancy and the childbirth, including severe bleeding, infections, higher blood pressures, and the delivery complications.
We have proposed 4 recommendations for the government of Bolivia based on our analysis of Bolivia's most concerning public health issues. The first recommendation is expanding reproductive and child care coverage and decriminalizing abortion. We will accomplish this by increasing birth control method availability for women of childbearing age and decreasing the stigma around contraception and abortion. Ultimately, we seek to decriminalize abortion as illegal abortions account for 1/3 of maternal deaths. With this action plan, we can expect a decline in maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate. The second measure we have prioritized is increasing access to primary health care in rural areas. 80% of Bolivians live in these areas, but there are fewer doctors available to them than those in urban areas. We will address this by partnering with organizations such as Pro Mujer that offer training in impoverished areas. Also, we will ensure the government offers incentives to recent graduates to work in these areas, such as waiving student loans.
Our third action plan is to improve the education of the public and of health professionals regarding poor diet and malnutrition, which are risk factors for all of our health issues. We will add nutrition education in elementary schools and stress the importance of it at universities. In addition, nutritional education will be built into the job description of all healthcare professionals. Our last recommendation is to minimize tobacco use among youth and adult populations, as it is a risk factor for both lower respiratory infections and ischemic heart disease. The rate of tobacco use is at 18.7% for the youth population and 14.5% for the adult population. There are currently no smoke-free laws in certain places like universities and no anti-tobacco media campaigns. We want to propose the implementation of complete no-smoking zones for workplaces, restaurants, and universities. We also want to impose a fine towards smokers in areas where it is prohibited. Since the rate of tobacco use is very high, we advise that the existing tobacco excise tax be increased. Lastly, we want to promote a national anti-smoking campaign and warning labels on cartons of cigarettes.